Welcome back to day 2 of our Dollar Tree Super Bowl party series. Today we're going to be making something of a snacketizer platter. So this is just going to be a bunch of finger foods on a platter all together. I'm kind of doing this tiered. So the last video I posted was a chips and dip, and that was a $20 option if you only had $20 to spend and a few people to feed, or if you needed something to bring to a party. This that I'm showing today is going to add an extra $12.50 onto it. So that brings our total to $32.50. And so if you had a few more people to feed, or if you wanted a few more options, this is a great addition to the video I posted the other day. So I have a platter and some bowls here. This is the same platter I used for my Thanksgiving charcuterie board, and the bowls are the same ones that I showed during the dip, and I also use them as charcuterie board as well. Try to reuse things whenever possible. I also have a bag of these soft pretzel bites, 2 boxes of their loaded potato sticks. We're gonna be making some fried pickles, so I have some pickle spears and some of this Southern style chicken fry mix. We're also gonna be making some sweet and spicy chicken sliders, so for that I have a packet of buttermilk biscuit mix and 2 bags of spicy chicken nuggets. I reserved some Frank's Red Hot when I made the dips, and I also have some of their honey blend. And then as far as dippables go, we have some jalapeno cheddar dip, and I have the leftover ranch dressing from the buffalo dip that I made in the earlier video. The first thing I really want to get started on are these sweet and spicy chicken bites. I'm really excited. I was tagged in this recipe and I'm kind of adapting it. I'm limiting down the ingredients significantly because I don't really like to add extra ingredients if I can avoid it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that first. So I have 2 Dollar Tree muffin trays, and we're gonna bust out the chicken nuggets. Technically, I'm following someone else's tutorial, but he put a chicken nugget in each of the little muffin tins. This is just for baking purposes. And these bags of chicken nuggets do come with 6 nuggets per bag, so 2 of these is pretty much perfect for what we're using them for. And this says to bake for 11 to 13 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven. I do already have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. So I'm gonna bake these for 13 minutes, and then we will do the biscuit and the sauce and everything. While our chicken nuggets are baking in the oven, we can go ahead and prepare our biscuit mix. This is one of my favorites. I do also like their cheese garlic, but I don't think that the cheese garlic would go too well with what we're making today. So we're using the regular buttermilk. So 1 packet of biscuit mix, and then you add a half a cup of water, or a little bit more if you need to get it to the right consistency. So that's a half a cup, and I usually do find that I have to add like an extra 2 tablespoons or so to get it drop biscuit style. Okay, so there we go. There's our biscuit dough, and now we can prepare our sauce. Pretty much just gonna do a 1-to-1 ratio. So I have the Frank's buffalo sauce. This is about 2 tablespoons that I set aside. And we're gonna add about the same amount of this honey blend. For those who are curious, this honey blend is corn syrup and honey, so it's a mixture of the two. That's why it's only $1, is because it's not pure honey. So about 2 tablespoons of our honey syrup. And that is good. You can obviously season this up however you want, but the chicken nuggets are pre-seasoned, so I feel like this is fine because they're already spicy nuggets as well. In fact, since they're spicy nuggets, I'm gonna add a little bit more honey to offset the spice of the nuggets and try to make this a little bit more of a sweet sauce. So once both of our chicken nuggets are out of the oven, we're gonna toss them in our sauce. There's our kind of buffalo chicken nuggets. And now we're gonna prepare our slider bread base for it. Again, this is someone else's recipe. I'm just kind of adapting it to Dollar Tree ingredients, but I'm gonna go ahead and brush each of these muffin tins with some oil so that we keep everything from sticking. You can definitely use cooking spray or liners or anything like that. I'm not a fan of the cooking spray at Dollar Tree. That's why I'm using the oil, because I don't find that it works very well. This should work fine. I'm basically gonna bake the nuggets in the biscuits. So I'm gonna put down a small amount of biscuit in the bottom of each tray. We can go ahead and plop in one of each of our nuggets again. And then to that, we can top it with the rest of our biscuit dough. And we're gonna go ahead and toss these in the oven, 400 degrees, probably about 15 to 18 minutes or so until the biscuits are cooked all the way through. Here are our little buffalo chicken sliders out of the oven. I think they look really cute. They're not as cute as I would have liked, but they are still pretty stinking cute. And I think that these are going to be delicious. We can go ahead and unmold these so that they can cool. That's definitely super cute. I think that these are adorable. Fried pickles are gonna be super simple. All we're using is the fry mix and the pickles. Of course, you can use chips or any kind of pickles that you like. At one point, I was served fried pickles in a spear form and I adored them. And they were probably my favorite way to have fried pickles, and I've never really had spears since, so that's why I'm using spears today. And this is going to be so easy because this fry mix already has egg and milk and everything. All the binders are already in it. All you have to do is add something to it that's wet, which our pickles are already wet out of the jar. We're just gonna take our pickle and coat it in our fry mix, shake off the excess, and set it aside. We're gonna repeat that for our whole jar. If you have some leftover fry mix, you could potentially save this. I'd probably store it in the fridge after using it. I mean, we didn't bread any like meat or chicken with it, so it should be fine. But I would just store it in the fridge just to be safe so it doesn't grow mold or anything like that, since it did come into contact with a liquid. We can go ahead and get our potato sticks in the oven because those are going to take the longest to bake. The pretzels are only going to take about 3 minutes, so we can go ahead and throw down our potatoes. I've got a parchment lined baking sheet here. And this says to bake at 450 degrees for 7 to 9 minutes, and then flip and bake an additional 7 to 9. The last thing we have to do is do our pretzel bites. So I've laid these all out on a sheet of parchment paper, and as you can see, it comes with quite a bit of pretzel bites, and it does come with these salt packets separate. So you're supposed to moisten these by just lightly brushing them with water, and then sprinkle on your crunchy little salts. And then per the package instructions, this gets baked at 400 degrees for 5 to 6 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and toss those in the oven too. Pulling back in our little platter, we are ready to start assembling. The jalapeno cheese dip you can choose to warm up if you desire. Into the other cup, we're gonna add the rest of our ranch dressing for dipping. And then I think we are pretty much ready to assemble our board. We're just gonna divide it into quadrants because we have 4 different things. So we can go ahead and stack on our little chicken sliders on one. Add our fried pickles. Time to add our pretzel nuggets. And lastly, our potato sticks. Our big, beautiful Superbowl Snacketizer Platter. That's what I'm calling it. Trademark TM. Let's get a pan of this for the Tiki Talkies. I am really excited about this. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like this all, I did cheat. I did try the pickles already because, you know, they were frying and they were hot and they were fresh and I couldn't really help myself. So I know the pickles are good. We're still gonna try them live. But the first thing I definitely want to try are these little buffalo chicken sliders, and I'm gonna just dunk them in some ranch. I'm not really sharing this with anybody. It's just for me, so it doesn't matter. Let's give it a shot. Oh, these are good. if you're more of a savory kind of breakfast person, I would 10 out of 10 eat these for breakfast, no problem. These are fantastic, actually. This might be my new favorite thing. All right, what's next? Fried pickles next. We're also gonna dip those in ranch. These are good. The breading doesn't quite want to stay on. When they were fresh out of the oven, they were fresh out of the fryer, they were perfect. They have gotten a little soft, kind of sitting around. So it depends on whether you want it to be a game day snack or not. It is a really good idea. I love a good fried pickle. This one is really good, but they are going to kind of get soft being that they're fried food. And you know, if you're doing a Super Bowl party, they're going to be sitting out for a little while. But this is a really great shortcut to making a fried pickle. Pretzel bite and jalapeno dip. Can't go wrong. These pretzel bites have a great chewy texture to them, and depending on how much salt you add, the salt is either perfect or a little bit too much, but the salt is super crunchy. And I love this jalapeno cheddar dip, so you have no complaints from me on this. All right, last thing is the loaded potato sticks, and let's do both. Let's do a little bit of ranch. And some jalapeno. Cheese dip's the way to go for sure. I am super thrilled with how this turned out, especially for the price. This was so good. These little buffalo chicken sliders would be a great dinner on their own. Again, just like in the last video, I'm gonna go devour this by myself, and I will see you guys again next time.